The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Welcome to the webinar. Ron here at Ablesys. I'll be glad to go over the trades from today and recently, and we'll take a look at what you should be looking for on the charts. I think you're going to really like what you see. Today's been a really good intraday trading day. Yet some days, if the market doesn't move that much, if it's kind of a sideways type choppy day, just keep in mind, nobody's winning on days like that. The good part about Abletrend, or what makes us different, because otherwise it would just be the same as anybody else, is that we have the no trade zones. And we get those by combining multiple time frames into one chart. So it's really easy to read. And that's the key to Abletrend. You have to have all 3 time frames for intraday trading. For longer term trading, we use 2 time frames. And I'm going to show you a daily, weekly stock chart, stocks, ETFs, and equities chart. So let's jump in and take a look at that. And again, everything has to agree. Otherwise, it's simply a no trade. We call that a no trade zone. It's just too high risk. And with Abletrend, we only want the lowest risk trades. Just too many people trading a lot of money with the software collectively. Crazy amounts of money. That's what I'm told, and I don't ask anybody. That's what they tell me. So what we're looking for is we're looking for triple confirmation. That's simple enough. We're looking for the arrows here. These are weekly. They come in once a week. And if they're blue, obviously they're pointing higher. That means we're in an uptrend on the weekly chart. Got a weekly buy signal. Now we just look above that, just have to have a daily buy signal, which is a blue bar and a blue dot. So the first time we get the blue bar and the blue dot, which is right there, we already had the weekly, came in a couple of weeks before, so we were just waiting for a buy signal. Now, by the way, over here you had red, and you say, well, what is that? Well, that's a no trade zone that I just talked about. When you have red bars or red dots and blue, any red and blue together means no trade. Because with Abletrend, we buy on blue, we sell on red. So right there is your perfect triple confirmation trade. Now, this is AMC. It's been in the news a lot. Those Reddit board traders, they all gang together and push up these stocks to crazy amounts. So this is really, really popular. So people say, oh my God, this is unbelievable. What did Abletrend say? Well, this is how much Abletrend would help you. Because the signal came in 3 weeks ago with Abletrend at $15. We got in even before the red board people, or what they call these meme trades. It's incredible. 14 actually was, to be exact, is where we got in, because there's the first time you get triple confirmation. Now, if you missed it on this day, you had another chance the next day because it didn't go up yet. You had chances over here. Here's a perfect, what we call a sweet spot. Sweet spot is when the prices pull back down to the blue dots, touch the blue dot, which is support. It's like a wall that blocks the price from going lower. The next blue bar, there's your triple confirmation sweet spot. So Abletrend traders got in at 14. 21 days later, it's 55. That's almost 400% using Abletrend signal in 3 weeks. That's a lot of money on that chart right there. Simply using Abletrend signal. Triple confirmation. It's got to be a blue bar, a blue small dot, and a blue arrow. That means weekly buy signal, daily buy signal. This is like a once in a lifetime type of trade right here. And this is what's in the news today, so let's take a look. Everybody's like, oh, wow, I made so much in the last week or two. It went from 30 to 55. Yeah, that is great. Abletrend got you in at 14 the week before that. So it liked the pattern. It liked the way the things were going. It had a daily and a weekly confirmation. Double agreement, triple confirmation. Abletrend gets you in 3 weeks ago at $14. It's $55 today. And not even a hint of getting out. Why? Because you're above the blue dots. When everybody else is saying, oh, wow, he doubled our money in a week, 2 weeks. That's great. And it is great. We quadrupled the money in 3 weeks because the suffer signal got you in even earlier. Pretty good stuff. You just have to follow the signals. That's the hardest part for most people. It's the only reason that's the only reason that somebody might not continue to use Abletrend. It's only one reason, because the signals don't compare to any other. It's not even close either. Everybody says that too. It's just some people just can't do it. They can't, their emotions, their feelings, their thoughts get in the way. And that's okay. That's okay. Trading is not for everybody. There's nothing wrong with that. Especially for day traders. They have the hardest part because it's very fast. And it's emotional. That's why especially day trading isn't for everyone. I always say do longer term trading. It's such less stressful. No, check it once a day on this daily, weekly combination chart. It's so simple. Just have to have everything blue. Go by the colors. The colors must be the same. And the first time they all come together. See, like over here, no trade. Why? There's no X, no blue X. There's no blue daily or weekly buy signal. How about here? Nope. That's a no trade zone. In fact, you got a weekly sell, a daily buy. What do? You do nothing. Leave it alone. It's a no trade zone. Really kind of simple. Not so simple to do because trading isn't for everyone. But you're not going to find anything even close to this. Being realistic, of course. Okay. We don't suggest trading the open. Certainly fine if you do. Some people like that because they know more risk is more reward. I like to wait, or suggest waiting the first 10 minutes or so, just see what the signals say. If you did trade the open, well, the signal had a triple confirmation buy signal. 1 minute arrow, a 1 minute dot. 2 minute arrow is the medium size arrow. And then the big arrow is the 3 minute signal. They're all blue. What does that mean? It means 1 minute buy signal, 2 minute, and 3 minute all buy signals. All at the exact same time. That's 3 different time frames, 3 different Abletrend algorithms, all in agreement. That is a very low risk, high profit potential trade. You cannot get a better trade than that. I don't care what indicators you're using, especially if you're using the free indicators, which obviously, everybody loses with those. You might have an occasional good day, certainly can. But we're talking long-term here. I talked to the same clients from many, many years ago. This is about long-term. This is not about day trading and having a good week or a good month or even a good year. This is about long-term. But you got to be very disciplined and do exactly what it says. No thinking. You have to be like a robot, like you're a machine. You have no brain. You just do what the software says. I assure you, that's how you make big money long term. But there will be losing trades. There'll be losing days. I also assure you of that. Not here to fool anybody or to mislead anyone, because I don't want that done to me. So I'm certainly not going to do that to someone else that I don't want done to me. Here's your triple confirmation sell signal. Obviously, everything is red, as I said before. Red is sell, blue is buy, but they all have to be at the same time. One can come in a minute or two earlier because the 3 minutes only come in every 3 minutes. 2 minutes only come in every 2 minutes. So get triple confirmation, down it goes. The rule is, we put the stop 2 points above. We like to put the stop 2 points above the red dot. But when it's 30, 25 points away or some crazy amount, no, we're not even going to do that. Put it 2 points above the higher of the triple confirmation entry bar. Actually, the entry is the open of the next bar. You have to wait for that bar to close. Once it closes, it's final. It will never, ever change again. This is the exact same signal, the exact same chart that you would see at that 9:49 in the morning Eastern time this morning. This is exact. There's no switching signals, changing. That's fake. We haven't, not here 25 years fooling people. We keep it very realistic and very open and honest about everything, which is exactly how I want to be treated. So down it goes, 2 greens in a row. We do not get out unless we have at least 10 points in profit. Then we can use the 2 green bar exit. Otherwise, the 2 green bar stop. Otherwise, we do not use the 2 green bars. You must be at least 10 points in profit for NQ, 3 points in profit for RTY, because the Russell is the second smoothest trending day trading chart to day trade. The NASDAQ is by far the smoothest, but it's also by far the most volatile. So it's not for everyone. It moves very quick. If you want a little calmer chart, you also don't need as much margin with your broker. So if you have a smaller account, I strongly recommend the Russell. Fantastic day also today. The Russell and the NASDAQ today were extremely profitable using Able Trend signals. There's the two greens. Stop goes 2 points above. 3 or 4 minutes later, we're stopped out. First trade of the day. Well, if you took the open, which we don't suggest it, by the way, you're stopped out here, second lower row of blue dots. So made a couple points. I don't even count it. You made 5 points, which is $100. Not even going to count that. Let's just say we broke even. Technically, we don't even take it because it's at the open. But some people do like that. So it's optional. It's up to you. We don't tell anybody what to do. I'm just telling you the best way to use the software. You utilize it to what you like to do, and you and I, we have to both make the trades. So it's up to us to finish the job and hit the buy or sell button. There's the two greens. Stop goes above. First trade of the day, big winner. We made 35 points in 10 minutes, 12 minutes. Now it's $700. That's a good start to the day for just one lot. I'm not talking 5 or 10 or 20 like a lot of clients trade. I keep it very low risk and very, very conservative. That's a good start. We made 700. Able Trend traders who simply traded the chart like you were a robot. First trade, you made 700. A good start. Second trade, there's the sweet spot. Price has to go back and touch the red dot. Next red bar right there. Short right there. I got the greens, but we're not 10 points in profit, like I keep saying. There's two greens. Now we can move the stop was there at that point. Second higher row of small red dots. I go through all of this in the 15-minute trading session that I offer to everybody on a trial. I'll show you more in 15 minutes than you can do on your own in a month. That I can guarantee. And I'm willing to do it, so gladly take me up on that and I'll help you. Nothing to sell you. You already bought it. I'm just trying to show you the right way to use it. Two greens, stop goes up 2 points above, stopped out there. Next trade of the day, we picked up 25 points. Let's call it 20, because I like to downplay the winners, not exaggerate like the rest of the world does when they're trying to explain something. Everybody, over brags and I hate that. So good start, picked up 35, then 20, 55 points. Let's even only make it 50. Nobody's going to nail it exactly perfect. There's slippage, there's commissions. Again, this is about real trading, not fake stuff. Well, first, good start. Hour into the day, 50 points. That's $1,000 for every one contract that you trade. Next trade of the day, obvious no trade zone. Next trade of the day, triple confirmation. That's what I've been talking about for the past 17 years that I've been here in all these webinars, and these will all be on YouTube tomorrow. Feel free to go on our YouTube, Ablesys YouTube page. Okay. Short right there. We actually lost 5 points on that trade because it went up and it went to the previous higher row of red dots. So I'm going to call it minus even less than 5, but let's call it 5. Sweet spot right there. Same thing happened. Started to go down, pop back up. We're going to call it minus 5 again. So we were plus 50. Now we're plus 40, which is $800 because every one contract is $20 in mini NASDAQ. Sweet spot here. Great trade. That was a big winner. Two greens. Stop goes 2 points above. A couple of minutes later, we're stopped out there. Well, that was a good one. We're short here. We're out right there. Real clear, real obvious, nothing tricky. Keep it simple. I like simple. That was 45 points. Again, let's just call it 40. It's another 800. We're plus 1,600 2 hours into the day for every one contract. You trade less than one for just one contract trader. Third sweet spot, not touching it. Not touching it. Always go for the first one. Second one is okay. Use your judgment on that. One big, gigantic no trade zone, and I mean one big gigantic, no trade. We avoided this complete, entire choppy mess. Never had triple confirmation. When you have multiple colors on the chart, red and blue and green, stay away. Don't touch it. Everybody who doesn't have able trend, let them get beat up. No trade. Triple confirmation buy right there. Up and away we go. There's the two greens, but I'm going to make it even worse. We're going to say we're out over here. Made a couple points on that, 10 points, a couple $100. Triple confirmation sell signal right there. We lost 5 points. I'm just going to run through this real quick. Losing trade here and there. 5 points each, but still losers. Let's even call it 10. We're still up. About 1,400 going into this trade per one contract. And again, you're not going to nail it perfect. So if you got 1,000 at, if you got 50 points instead of 70, great. That's terrific. Got a bulk of it. Great. Obvious triple confirmation buy signal right there. It just took off until the close or near the close. Two greens. Nope, not in, only break even. Two greens there. Yep, we can use that. Never hit it. Kept going higher. Great. Two more greens right there. Stop goes 2 points above. A minute later, we're stopped out at 32. Let's call it 30. In here at 20. All right, 10 points. Another 200. Big time day today, as you could see. It's not always like that. It's going to be losing days. Got to be, keep saying it. But, one day like this pays for half the price of the software in one day. Now you have it for a whole year. Pretty good stuff. Here's the Russell. Great day on the Russell here today, too. And some days, market doesn't move much. Nobody in the world's winning. Don't feel bad. Nobody is, because nobody can. It's got to go with, up or down with some kind of a trend, with some consistency, non-choppy. Otherwise, nobody in the world's winning. We just lose less. That's the key with able trend, because it's just as important knowing when not to trade as knowing when to trade. It's just as important, if not more, to lose less, because less losing or not losing is the same thing as winning. So that's just as important to me. First and foremost, keep the losses small, keep the risk down. Okay. On the Russell, you got a beautiful, clear, and obvious able trend triple confirmation trade right there. First trade of the day. It's great. Out here. Obvious no trade zone. Another triple confirmation sell signal right there. 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, all in agreement. Down it goes. There's the two greens. We're just going to use a half a point because the Russell trades much slower. It's a lower number. So we use a half a point above the two greens. Stopped out a couple of minutes later. We're out at 17. Got in at 28. It's 11 points. Each Russell contract is $50 a point. That's some really good money right there. Okay, obvious no trade zone, all in here. No trade. Why? Didn't have three colors agreed. Didn't have the arrows and everything in agreement. There's your triple confirmation buy signal. Up and away it goes. But we're stopped out here. Picked up 2 points on that trade because that's the previous lower blue dots. Well, you're right back in again a minute later. Any one of these are all sweet spots. Blue bars right at the blue dots. That's a really low risk trade. Up and away it went. Okay, let me get real quick. I'm going to show you the scalp chart. Some people can't stay in the trades more than 5, 10, 20, 30 minutes, whatever. The scalp chart is for getting in and out in like a minute. We just go for 5 points. That's what the scalp means, short, quick trade. We just go for 5 points. Yeah, this trade went up like 50 points. Could have made $1,000. You don't know that at the time. Got to be fair. We're only going for 5 points. Price hits the blue dot, which is support. As long as it doesn't close under it, here it closes right above it. A minute later, 5 points. Every time you do that, it's $100. 5 points in the NASDAQ, just $100. If it goes a couple points under the blue dot, we immediately exit the trade. So we basically got about 5 points at risk on average, and we're just going for 5 points. But, trade there, hits the blue dot, closes above it, winner. And again, this went up 30 points. Well, you don't know that. But, well, I'm not counting that. I'm only counting 5 points. Got to be fair about it. Next trade here was right here. Hits the blue dot, closes above it, 5 points, winner. And good stuff. Again, if it hits the red dot, no trade, no trade, no trade, no trade, no trade. Yeah, hits the red dot, closes under it. A minute later, 5 points. It's another 100. Hits the red dot, closes under it. A minute later, another $100. We had about 6 in a row. That's 600 in half an hour. No, it's about an hour. So, well, where are the losing trades? Well, I haven't seen many. Well, let's scroll back, but there'll be some. Again, I assure you, I guarantee you, this is not a perfect system. Hits between the arrows, same thing. Closes under it. A couple of minutes later, goes down, 5 points, winner. The only thing is, you know what? I'm not even going to count this. Why? It's too tight in here. There's not enough room. No, actually, this is a losing trade right there. Hits a red dot, closes under it. A minute later, it goes above it. Not even a minute, a couple seconds later. We lose 3 points. Let's call it we lose 5. I like to stretch the losses. Scalp chart. This is for, in and out very, very quickly. That's your style. We got you covered. This would be a losing trade. I want to point that out. Closes up, hits and closes above the blue dot, but a couple of minutes later, went under it. We lost 5 points. Hits a blue dot, closes right up above it. A minute later, winner, $100. Hits a red dot, closes under it. A minute later, winner, $100. Hits a red dot, closes above it. We actually lost 2 points. I'm going to make it, let's call it 5 points. So that's how you use the scalp chart, if that's what you like. Able Trends got everybody covered. We looked at stocks, long-term, stocks, swing trading, scalping futures, trend trading futures, the NASDAQ, the Russell. Big winning day all across the board. And it's not always like that. Obviously, many more winning days. In fact, it's been the best year in the 17 years that I've been here. I'd say the past year, since the pandemic started, in the past, year and 3 months, the volatility's been up. It's been fantastic. You just have to be very disciplined and do what it says. You got to be a robot. That's the hard part. And that's why trading isn't for everyone. If that was that easy, we'd all be sitting in front of a computer, the whole world, and just be traders. It's not, because it's emotional. Some people they can't do it. Even though the software has a 25-year track record of winning, some just can't do it. And that's okay. It's not for everybody. Nothing wrong with that. But if you want to be a day trader, signals are extremely helpful and low risk. And that's why it's been around so many years and everybody likes it. So see what you think. It only counts what you think, not what I say. I'm just trying to show you the right way to use it. You take it from there. I'm strictly here to show you the right way to use it. Thanks for being here, everyone. I hope I was helpful. Stay in touch. I'm always glad to help in any way. Have a good night.